I'm on my Brett Cooper tonight. From this moment forward, I will be posting more and more culture war content because, frankly, that gets more views and makes more money, and I'm tired of doing my due diligence and learning about actual politics. So I'm going to be dipping my foot back into culture war for a little bit. Now, there's this lady by the name of Isabella Moody. Her tweet came across my feed recently. I don't know why I keep receiving racist, conservative shit on my timeline. I don't follow or watch these people, but I keep receiving it. Elon, fix that, please. Isabella Moody says on Twitter that men who enjoy cooking are red flags. Now, for those of you who don't know, Isabella Moody is a woman who feels as though that emotional abuse is not a real thing in a relationship, and that emotional abuse causing a divorce is basically no-fault divorce.
You can tell from her Twitter that she's obviously a crazy woman, and I personally think emotional abuse is a myth. I know you said
I agree with you
seem to have a different perspective. Would you think emotional abuse is a valid reason to have a divorce if you support no fault divorce?
No.
It's a damn shame that Lauren Chen sat there and folded. You have grown-ass women sitting there saying emotional abuse is not grounds for leaving a relationship, for leaving a marriage. It's no-fault divorce. So it's appropriate for a man to psychologically abuse his wife, is what y'all are saying. And for a woman to resist such treatment is now non-conservative, untraditional. This is what we're dealing with here. Now, Isabella Moody sat there and said men who enjoy cooking is a red flag, and I just got to talk about this because let me say something. There are way too many chicks out here that don't know how to cook, and that's fine. It's really not fine, but I understand that it's unrealistic to expect people to know how to cook, especially in the States. I'm sorry. I'm an American through and through, but I'm also Caribbean. I'm half and half, and I love America to death. My family's been here for 400 years, but look, G, we don't know how to cook. As a man, if you don't know how to cook, you're a bum. Like, bro, most women these days don't know how to cook. Imagine if a man doesn't know how to cook. Now you have a mother and a father that do not know how to provide fresh, clean food to their children every single week. Surely, a man knowing how to cook would be in line with conservative values, right? Like, am I tripping? Like, surely a man knowing how to prepare a meal for his children would be in line with conservative values. I mean, look, you don't even have to be the ultimate cook forever. You could teach your wife how to cook. That's what I plan to do. I don't plan on cooking forever. I plan on teaching my girlfriend and my wife how to cook food. Like, I don't plan on being the guy that cooks forever. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, you know what I mean? I'm not interested in that. I would love for her to know how to cook. I would love to be in a financial position to where I'm making so much money that I don't need to cook. She can cook. Like, she doesn't have to work. She could just prepare meals and take care of the kids. That's my ideal financial scenario. But before that, I would need her to know how to cook. Where is she going to learn that from? Cooking books aren't good enough. YouTube tutorials are, Everyone has their, refined taste for what they want and how they want it. So me personally, I would prefer to teach my woman how to cook the meals that I want. But this whole thing of that men who enjoy cooking are red flags, emotional abuse in a relationship isn't a real thing. That's no fault divorce if you end a relationship or a marriage on the back of emotional abuse. This is insane. This is the same chick who, this is the craziest part. This is a woman who apparently her baby goo goo gaga and it sounded like the N-word. So she takes the video and goes on Twitter and says, "My daughter literally said the N-word. I'm so proud of her." Like, I don't understand. Like, what's going on with the conservative right? Like, what are y'all doing? This is just weird. Like, why is this necessary? Like, I don't understand. Like, why would you take your child and racialize them in this way? It's a baby. Like, surely a grown-ass adult would do everything in their power to shield their child from the internet and make sure they're not exposed to the world in any way. Much less a way like this. Who wants to grow up and be like, wow, there's me as a baby basically being racialized and being portrayed in a racist manner as I'm goo goo gagaing innocently. Now, Jake Shields, the ex-UFC fighter who has now become a political commentator somehow on Twitter, Jake Shields says, "Wow, what an amazing mother. And I have a few extra passes if she needs one." So apparently to him, like, taking a child and portraying them in this way on the internet is like adult behavior. Conservatives, my big issue with y'all, that y'all and like far left people share this in common, where disrespect is so cool. It's so cool to not only be disrespectful by like saying my baby said the N-word, aha, teehee, but like you're taking a fucking kid who should be shielded from the internet. Like, how millennial and Gen Z like parents just throw their kids on the internet, it's crazy. Like, I don't understand. I genuinely don't comprehend. Like, we grew up without that. Or we were growing up when it started popping off for real. Like, the internet was around before